I became wealthy doing one thing every morning that nobody talks about. Not working harder, not investing, something else. Something simple, something anyone can do starting tomorrow. I'm Henry Ford, and what I'm about to show you isn't what you think getting rich requires. It's not grinding 18 hours a day. It's not having connections. It's not getting lucky. It's one daily practice that changes how your brain sees money. And when your brain sees money differently, money comes differently. I made my first real wealth after I started doing this, not before, after. And I've watched hundreds of people do the same thing. They start this daily practice, and within months, money starts showing up in ways it never did before. Not magic, mechanics. Your brain has programming about money, bad programming. Programming that keeps you broke no matter how hard you work. This daily practice reprograms your brain, deletes the broke programming, installs wealth programming, and once the programming changes, everything changes. Most people try to get rich by doing more work, more hustle, more sacrifice. But doing more with broke programming just makes you a busy broke person. You need to change the programming first, then the doing becomes effective. So if you're working hard but staying broke, if you're hustling but not building wealth, if you're making money but never keeping money, listen carefully, because what I'm about to teach you changes everything, and you can start tomorrow morning. Let's begin with why most people stay broke their whole lives even when they work hard. Your brain has programming about money. You didn't choose this programming. It was installed when you were young, by your parents, by your circumstances, by what you saw and heard about money growing up. And that programming runs automatically. You don't notice it. But it controls everything about how you handle money. Most people have broke programming, even if they make good money, even if they work hard, even if they want to be wealthy. The programming keeps them broke. Broke programming says things like, money is hard to get, money doesn't last, rich people are lucky or dishonest, wanting money is greedy, spending on yourself is selfish. Broke programming makes you afraid to ask for what you're worth, afraid to raise prices, afraid to invest in yourself, afraid to keep money when you get it. It tells you to spend money as soon as you get it because it won't last anyway. Tells you to give money away to prove you're not greedy. Tells you to work harder instead of working smarter, because hard work is noble and smart work is cheating. All of that is programming, not truth, programming. And as long as that programming runs, you stay broke. You can work 18 hours a day. You can sacrifice everything. You can follow every piece of business advice. But if the broke programming is running, the money won't stick. You'll make it and lose it. Make it and spend it. Make it and give it away. The programming won't let you keep it. I had broke programming when I was young. Didn't even know it. I just thought that's how money worked. You make a little, you spend it. You make more, you spend that too. You work hard your whole life and die with nothing. That's just how it was. Then I met a man who changed everything. His name was John. He ran a small shop, wasn't rich, but he wasn't broke either. Always had enough. Always seemed calm about money. Never stressed like everyone else. One day I asked him how he did it. How he stayed calm about money when everyone else was panicking. He told me something I didn't understand at first. He said, "Henry, most people have a broke relationship with money. They see it as something outside themselves, something they have to chase, something that leaves. I changed my relationship with money. I see it as something that flows to me, something that stays, something that multiplies." I thought he was talking nonsense, but he insisted. He said, "Try this. Every morning before you do anything else, sit for 5 minutes and think about money coming to you easily. Not working for it, just coming to you. See it, feel it, make it real in your mind. Do that every day for a month and watch what happens." I thought it was stupid, but I tried it anyway because nothing else was working. Every morning for 30 days, I did what John told me. Sat for 5 minutes. Thought about money coming to me easily. At first it felt fake. My mind fought it. Said this is stupid. Said this isn't how money works. Said you need to work for money, not imagine it. But I kept doing it. Day 3, something small happened. A man I'd done work for months ago showed up with payment I'd forgotten about. $20 I didn't expect. Day 7. Someone offered me a project I hadn't applied for. They just asked if I wanted it. Paid $50. More than I usually made in a week. Day 12. I found a $20 bill on the ground, just lying there. I'd walked that street 100 times. Never found money before. By day 30, I'd made more money that month than any month in my life. Not from working more, from the same work. But opportunities showed up. Payments came in. Things happened that never happened before. And the only thing I'd changed was 5 minutes every morning thinking about money coming to me easily. That's when I understood what John meant. The programming changes how money shows up. With broke programming, you repel money. You make it hard. You push it away without knowing it. With wealth programming, you attract it. You make it easy. You pull it toward you without trying. The morning practice changes the programming. 5 minutes a day. That's it. Not working harder. Not hustling more. Just 5 minutes reprogramming your brain to see money differently. And when you see money differently, money comes differently. Here's how the practice works. Every morning, before you do anything else, sit somewhere quiet. No distractions, no work, no other people, just you. Close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths. Then imagine money coming to you. Not from work, not from hustle, just coming to you. See specific amounts. See specific ways. Someone hands you cash. A check arrives in the mail. A client offers you double what you expected. A business opportunity falls in your lap. Money you forgot about shows up. Make it visual. Make it detailed. Make it feel real. Spend 5 minutes seeing this, feeling this, believing this. Then open your eyes and start your day. That's the entire practice. 5 minutes. Every morning. No exceptions. Now here's what makes this work. Your brain can't tell the difference between something vividly imagined and something real. When you imagine money coming to you in detail, your brain thinks it's happening. And when your brain thinks it's happening, it starts acting like it's true. You start noticing opportunities you would have missed. You start saying yes to things you would have said no to. You start taking actions you would have avoided. You start showing up differently in conversations. All because your brain now believes money comes to you easily instead of believing money is hard to get. That belief change creates behavior change. And behavior change creates result change. Most wealth advice tells you to do more. Work harder, wake up earlier, sacrifice more, network more, learn more. All external actions. And those actions matter. But they don't work if the programming is broken. It's like trying to run software on a broken operating system. The software might be great, but if the operating system is broken, nothing works right. Your brain is the operating system. Money actions are the software. If your brain has broke programming, no amount of action creates wealth. You work hard and stay broke. You hustle and stay broke. You sacrifice and stay broke. Because the operating system is rejecting wealth. But when you fix the operating system first, when you install wealth programming, suddenly the same actions create different results. You work hard and build wealth. You hustle and money multiplies. You sacrifice and it pays off. Same actions, different programming, different results. That's why so many people work their whole lives and die broke. Not because they didn't work hard enough, because they had broke programming running while they worked. Their brain was rejecting wealth while they were trying to create it. You can't win that fight. The brain always wins. So you have to change the brain first. That's what the morning practice does. It changes the brain, changes the programming, changes what your brain believes about money. And when your brain believes money comes easily, money comes easily. Not through magic, through different behaviors that you do automatically because your brain now believes differently. I remember the first big money that came after I started the practice. 3 months in. I'd been doing the 5 minutes every morning without fail, seeing money come to me, feeling it, believing it. Then one day, a man I'd never met walked into my workshop, said he'd heard about my engine work, said he had an automobile company that needed engines designed, asked if I wanted the project. I said yes without hesitating. Old me would have hesitated, would have thought I'm not qualified, would have worried about failing, but something had changed. I believed the money was supposed to come to me, so when it showed up, I just took it, didn't question it, didn't doubt, just took it. That project paid more than I'd made in the previous 6 months combined, and it led to 3 more projects, each one bigger than the last. By the end of that year, I'd made 10 times what I made the year before. Same skills, same work, same hours, but different programming. The brain believed money comes to me, so it did. That's when I became a believer in the morning practice. That's when I understood John wasn't talking about imagination, he was talking about programming. 5 minutes a day to change the operating system, then everything else works. Once your brain has wealth programming, something interesting happens. You start seeing opportunities everywhere. Opportunities that were always there, but your broke programming filtered them out. Let me explain how the filter works. Your brain receives millions of pieces of information every day. It can't process all of it, so it filters. It shows you what matches your programming and hides what doesn't. If your programming says money is hard to get, your brain filters out easy money opportunities. It literally doesn't show them to you. You walk right past them. Someone offers you something valuable. Your brain doesn't register it as valuable because it doesn't match the broke programming. You see problems instead of opportunities. You see risk instead of possibility. You see reasons why it won't work instead of ways it could work. That's the broke filter. It protects the broke programming by hiding anything that contradicts it. But when you change the programming through the morning practice, the filter changes. Your brain starts showing you opportunities it was hiding before. Suddenly you notice things, conversations that could lead to money, ideas that could become businesses, people who could become clients, resources you already have that could be monetized. None of this is new. It was always there. But the filter wasn't showing it to you. Now it is. This is why some people seem lucky with money. They're not lucky. They have wealth programming. So their brain shows them opportunities. They see what broke program people can't see. They notice what others miss. They act on things others ignore. And money flows to them because they're actually seeing and taking the opportunities while everyone else walks right past them. The morning practice changes your filter, changes what your brain shows you, changes what you notice. And when you notice different things, you take different actions. And different actions create different results. There was a man who worked in my factory named Robert. Good worker, smart, hard-working, but always broke. Always complaining about never having enough money. I watched him turn down 3 opportunities in 1 month. Small side projects people offered him. Extra work that paid cash. Simple things that would have made him extra money. He said no to all of them. When I asked why, he said he didn't have time. He was already working full-time, couldn't take on more. But I knew men who worked the same hours who were taking those opportunities and building wealth. The difference wasn't time. It was programming. Robert's brain filtered out opportunities, showed him reasons they wouldn't work, showed him obstacles instead of possibilities. So I taught him the morning practice. 5 minutes every day. Imagine money coming easily. See opportunities showing up. Feel yourself saying yes instead of no. He thought it was weird, but he trusted me, did it anyway. 2 weeks later, someone offered him a small project. His first instinct was to say no, but something stopped him. He said yes instead. Project took 3 hours on a Sunday, paid $30. The next week, someone else offered something similar. He said yes again. By the end of the month, he'd made an extra $120 from opportunities he would have turned down before. His filter had changed. He was seeing what was always there, taking what was always available, building wealth that was always possible. All from 5 minutes a day reprogramming his brain. Broke programming creates broke behaviors, automatic behaviors, behaviors you don't notice because they feel normal. But these behaviors keep you broke no matter how hard you work. Let me tell you what they are. First, broke behavior. Spending money to feel better. When you feel stressed, you buy something. When you feel sad, you treat yourself. When you feel successful, you celebrate by spending. This is broke behavior. It keeps you broke because money becomes emotional relief instead of wealth-building tool. Every time you feel bad, money leaves. Every time you feel good, money leaves. No matter what you feel, money leaves. Second broke behavior, avoiding money conversations. You don't ask for raises. You don't negotiate prices. You don't discuss payment terms. You accept whatever is offered because talking about money feels uncomfortable. This is broke behavior. It keeps you broke because you never ask for what you're worth, so you never get what you're worth. Third broke behavior, giving money away to prove you're not greedy. Someone asks for money. You give it even when you can't afford to. Someone needs help. You sacrifice your own financial stability to help them. You do this to prove you're generous, to prove you're not selfish. This is broke behavior. It keeps you broke because you're prioritizing other people's opinion of you over your own financial security. Fourth broke behavior, working harder instead of smarter. Something's not working. Instead of changing the approach, you just work more hours. You believe hard work is noble, smart work is cheating. So you sacrifice time and energy instead of finding better ways. This is broke behavior. It keeps you broke because there's a limit to how hard you can work, but no limit to how smart you can work. Fifth broke behavior, saving instead of investing. You save money in accounts that lose value to inflation. You think saving is responsible. Investing is risky. So your money sits and loses value while you feel proud of being responsible. This is broke behavior. It keeps you broke because your money isn't growing, it's shrinking. All of these behaviors come from broke programming. They feel right, they feel responsible, they feel noble, but they keep you broke. The morning practice changes these behaviors. Not by forcing yourself to change, by changing the programming that creates the behaviors. When your brain has wealth programming, these behaviors naturally fall away. You stop spending emotionally. You start having money conversations. You stop giving money away to prove things. You start working smart. You start investing. All automatically, all naturally, because the programming changed. I had all 5 broke behaviors when I was young. Didn't realize it. Just thought that's how you handle money. Spend when you feel bad. Avoid money conversations. Give money away to be generous. Work harder when things aren't working. Save everything instead of investing. Those behaviors kept me broke for years. Even when I made decent money, it never lasted, never grew, always disappeared. Then the morning practice changed the programming, and the behaviors changed automatically. I stopped spending money emotionally, started seeing it as a tool, not a feeling regulator. I started having money conversations, asking for what I was worth, negotiating instead of accepting. I stopped giving money away to prove I wasn't greedy, started keeping it to build with. I stopped working harder when things didn't work, started working smarter, finding better approaches, leveraging resources. I stopped just saving, started investing, started putting money in things that grew instead of things that sat. None of this was forced. I didn't have to discipline myself to change these behaviors. The behaviors changed because the programming changed. And the programming changed because of 5 minutes every morning reprogramming my brain. That's the power of the morning practice. It doesn't just change what you think, it changes what you do. And what you do determines what you have. Money has a speed. For some people, money moves fast, comes quickly, multiplies rapidly, builds fast. For other people, money moves slow, takes forever to come, grows slowly, builds at a crawl. Most people think the speed of money is determined by circumstances, by the economy, by luck, by opportunities. It's not. The speed of money is determined by your programming. Broke programming slows money down, makes it move like mud. Wealth programming speeds money up, makes it move like water. Here's why. Broke programming makes you hesitate. Someone offers you an opportunity. You think about it, analyze it, worry about it, wait to decide. By the time you decide, the opportunity is gone. Wealth programming makes you move fast. Someone offers an opportunity. You evaluate quickly, decide quickly, act quickly. You take it before it's gone. Broke programming makes you save forever before investing. You want to be sure, want to have enough, want to feel safe. So you save for months or years before putting money into anything. Wealth programming makes you invest quickly. You see an opportunity. You put money in fast. You understand that speed matters more than perfection. Broke programming makes you wait for permission, wait for the right time, wait for perfect conditions, wait for certainty. Wealth programming makes you move before you're ready, before conditions are perfect, before you have certainty, because waiting is expensive. Every day you wait is a day money isn't working for you. The morning practice speeds up your money, not because it makes you reckless, because it removes the hesitation, removes the fear, removes the need for perfect conditions. Your brain starts believing money flows fast, so you start moving fast. And when you move fast, money moves fast. I learned about money speed from a man named Carnegie, Andrew Carnegie, steel magnate, one of the richest men in America. I met him at a business dinner in 1912, asked him how he built wealth so fast. He said something I never forgot. He said, "Henry, poor people think slow and move slow. Rich people think fast and move fast. The speed you move is the speed money moves for you. If you take a month to make a decision, money takes a month to reach you. If you take a day to make a decision, money takes a day to reach you. Speed is everything." I didn't fully understand it then, but I tested it. Started making decisions faster. Someone offered a project. I decided same day. Someone pitched an idea. I decided in an hour. Someone needed an answer. I gave it immediately. And money started moving faster. Projects came quicker. Payments arrived sooner. Opportunities multiplied rapidly. My money speed had increased because my decision speed increased. And my decision speed increased because the morning practice had removed the fear and hesitation that slowed me down. Now I teach this to everyone. If you want money to move fast, you have to move fast. And if you want to move fast, you need to remove the broke programming that makes you hesitate. That's what the morning practice does. 5 minutes a day. Money coming to you easily and quickly. See it fast, feel it fast, believe it fast, and your brain will start moving fast. And when you move fast, money moves fast. Let me give you the exact practice to do starting tomorrow morning. This is what I've done every single day for over 30 years. This is what changed everything about how money shows up in my life. Set aside 5 minutes tomorrow morning, before breakfast, before work, before anything else. Find somewhere quiet where nobody will interrupt you. Sit comfortably. Close your eyes. Take 3 slow, deep breaths. Then start imagining money coming to you. Be specific. Don't just imagine money. Imagine exact amounts, exact ways it comes. Here's what I imagine every morning. I imagine someone handing me $500 in cash. I see their hand, see the bills, feel the weight of the money. I imagine receiving a check in the mail. I see my name on it, see the amount, see myself depositing it. I imagine a client offering me double what I expected for a project. I hear them say the amount, feel my surprise and excitement, feel myself accepting. I imagine finding opportunities that pay well, see myself noticing them, see myself taking action quickly, see myself succeeding. Spend 5 minutes on this. Make it vivid, make it real, make it feel like it's actually happening right now. Then open your eyes. Feel the confidence that comes from experiencing money flowing to you. Carry that feeling into your day. Do this every single morning for 30 days minimum. Don't skip days. Don't do it half-hearted. 5 full minutes. Vivid imagination, real feeling, every day. That's the practice. Simple, but powerful. More powerful than anything else I'd found for changing how money shows up. You might feel weird doing this at first. Might feel like you're lying to yourself. That's the broke programming fighting back. It doesn't want to change. It's been running your whole life. It's comfortable. So when you start installing wealth programming, the broke programming resists. It'll say this is stupid. This isn't how money works. You're wasting time. You should be working instead of imagining. That voice is the broke programming trying to survive. Ignore it. Keep doing the practice. Keep imagining. Keep feeling. Keep seeing money come to you easily. By day 7, the resistance will weaken. By day 14, the practice will feel natural. By day 30, your brain will have new programming. And that new programming will change everything about how you interact with money. Opportunities will appear. Ideas will come. Actions will happen. Money will flow. Not because of magic, because your brain now believes money comes to you easily, so it behaves in ways that make money come easily. That's the mechanics. That's how it works. That's why it works. So start tomorrow, 5 minutes, every morning, for 30 days. Then watch what happens to your money. After you do the morning practice, ask yourself one question. This question guides every decision you make that day. The question is simple. Would a wealthy version of me do this? That's it. One question, applied to every choice, every opportunity, every action. Someone offers you a low-paying project. Would a wealthy version of me accept this? If no, decline. Someone asks you to work for free to get exposure. Would a wealthy version of me do this? If no, decline. You're about to spend money on something you don't need to feel better. Would a wealthy version of me do this? If no, don't spend. You have an opportunity to invest in something that could grow. Would a wealthy version of me do this? If yes, invest. You're hesitating on a decision. Would a wealthy version of me hesitate? If no, decide now. This question acts as a filter. It separates broke decisions from wealth decisions. And every time you choose the wealth decision over the broke decision, you become more like the wealthy version of you. Most people make decisions based on their current self, the broke self. So they make broke decisions. They accept low-paying work because current me needs money now. They work for free because current me is desperate for opportunities. They spend emotionally because current me feels bad and needs relief. All broke decisions, all keeping them broke. But when you make decisions based on wealthy you, future you, the version of you that has wealth programming, you make different choices. You decline low-paying work because wealthy me values my time higher. You decline free work because wealthy me doesn't work for exposure. You don't spend emotionally because wealthy me uses money as a tool, not emotional relief. Those decisions, repeated daily, create wealth. Not someday, quickly. Because every wealth decision moves you toward wealth. Every broke decision keeps you broke. The question helps you choose correctly every time. I started using this question after 6 months of the morning practice. I'd been imagining wealthy me every morning, seeing money flow easily, feeling confident about money, building wealth programming. Then one day I realized something. I was still making broke decisions during the day. I'd spend an hour on a project that paid $10. I'd say yes to work that didn't match my value. I'd avoid asking for what I deserved. I had wealth programming in the morning and broke programming during the day. So I added the question. Before every decision I asked, would wealthy me do this? And I started saying no to things wealthy me wouldn't do. Started saying yes to things wealthy me would do. The shift was immediate. I stopped wasting time on low-value work. Started focusing on high-value opportunities. I stopped accepting less than I was worth. Started asking for premium rates. I stopped avoiding money conversations. Started initiating them confidently. Within 3 months, my income doubled. Not from working more, from making better decisions. Wealth decisions instead of broke decisions. That's the power of the question. It turns programming into action. It makes the morning practice practical. It converts belief into behavior. Use it every day, every decision. Would wealthy me do this? Then do what wealthy you would do, and watch how fast your reality matches your programming. Once you have wealth programming running and you're making wealth decisions, something interesting happens. Money starts multiplying. Not adding, multiplying. Let me explain the difference. Broke thinking says money adds. You make $10 today, $10 tomorrow, $10 the next day. Eventually you have some money. That's addition. Slow, linear, limited. Wealth thinking says money multiplies. You make $10. You invest it. It makes you 5 more. You invest that. It makes you 7 more. Now you're not adding 10 a day. You're multiplying. Exponential. Fast. Unlimited. The morning practice installs multiplication thinking. You start seeing money as something that grows, not just something you earn and spend. You start seeing every dollar as a seed that can become $10. That shift changes everything about how you handle money. Broke programming makes you spend money to have things. Wealth programming makes you invest money to make more money. Broke programming makes you work for money directly. Wealth programming makes you create systems that generate money while you sleep. Broke programming makes you trade time for money. Wealth programming makes you trade money for time. This is why some people work their whole lives and stay broke, while others build massive wealth in years. Not because of work ethic, because of multiplication versus addition. The broke thinker adds, the wealth thinker multiplies, and multiplication always beats addition, always. The morning practice teaches your brain multiplication. You're not imagining earning money through direct work. You're imagining money flowing to you from multiple sources, coming easily, coming quickly, coming repeatedly. That teaches your brain that money multiplies. And once your brain believes money multiplies, you start creating multiplication systems automatically. You don't have to force it. Your brain just naturally looks for ways to multiply instead of add. I discovered multiplication in 1903. Before that, I thought in addition. I make cars. I sell them. I make money. One car equals X dollars. To make more money, make more cars. Addition thinking. Then I had a realization. What if instead of just making and selling cars, I created a system where other people made and sold cars, and I got paid from all of it? What if I didn't just trade my time for money, but created something that made money whether I was working or not? That's multiplication thinking. I shifted from making money directly to creating money systems. The factory didn't just produce cars I sold. It produced cars others sold, parts others bought, systems others copied and licensed. One factory multiplying into multiple money streams. That shift took me from making thousands a year to making millions. Same work, different thinking. Multiplication instead of addition. That's what the morning practice does for you. It installs multiplication thinking. And once you think in multiplication, you automatically create multiplication systems. You don't work harder. You work as a multiplier, and multipliers build wealth fast, while adders stay broke forever. Here's the second practice. This one takes 2 minutes every night. Before bed, write down 3 decisions you made that day where you chose like wealthy you instead of broke you. 3 decisions where you asked yourself, would wealthy me do this? And made the wealth choice. Be specific. Don't write, I made a good money decision. Write exactly what you did. Someone offered me $50 for 3 hours work. Wealthy me wouldn't accept that rate, so I declined and proposed $200. They agreed. I was going to spend $30 on something I didn't need to feel better. Wealthy me wouldn't do that, so I didn't buy it and invested the $30 instead. Someone asked me to work for free for exposure. Wealthy me doesn't work for free, so I declined and offered a paid arrangement instead. 3 decisions every night. Write them down. This practice does 2 things. First, it makes you conscious of your decisions during the day. You start noticing when you're about to make a broke choice and you course correct. Second, it builds evidence that you're becoming wealthy you. Every night you write 3 wealth decisions. You prove to yourself that you're changing. That proof reinforces the new programming, makes it stronger, makes it stick. Do this every night for 30 days alongside the morning practice. Morning, 5 minutes imagining wealth. Night, 2 minutes logging wealth decisions. That's 7 minutes a day total. 7 minutes that reprogram your entire relationship with money. 7 minutes that change everything about how money shows up in your life. Most people spend 7 minutes complaining about not having money. You're going to spend 7 minutes installing programming that creates money. That's the difference. That's what changes everything. When I started the decision log, I struggled the first few days. Some days I couldn't find 3 wealth decisions I'd made. That meant I'd made mostly broke decisions that day. That awareness hurt. But it also motivated me. The next day I'd be more conscious, more intentional, making sure I had 3 wealth decisions to write by nighttime. By week 2, finding 3 was easy. I was making wealth decisions constantly. By week 3, I had more than 3 to choose from. By week 4, wealth decisions were automatic. I didn't have to think about them anymore. My brain just defaulted to the wealth choice. That's what the log does. It trains your brain through repetition and awareness. Every night you log wealth decisions, your brain learns that's who you are now, someone who makes wealth decisions. And when your brain believes that's who you are, you automatically keep being that person. The behavior becomes identity, and identity drives automatic behavior. That's how you get rich fast. Not by forcing yourself to work harder, by becoming someone who makes wealth decisions automatically. And you become that person through the morning practice and the nightly log. 7 minutes a day, 30 days, everything changes. Most people think building wealth takes decades. That's a lie. Wealth can happen fast, very fast, if you do it right. Here's why most people build wealth slowly. They have broke programming. So they make broke decisions. Those decisions create slow results. They work hard, but the results are small. They save, but the growth is tiny. They invest, but they're afraid, so they choose safe, low-return options. Everything moves slowly because the programming is slow. But when you have wealth programming, everything speeds up. You see opportunities faster. You make decisions faster. You take action faster. You invest in higher return options. You create multiplication systems instead of addition systems. Money flows faster because you're moving faster. And you're moving faster because your programming supports fast movement. I built my first real wealth in 18 months, not decades. 18 months from broke to wealthy. How? The morning practice gave me wealth programming. The wealth question guided my decisions. The decision log reinforced the identity. And multiplication thinking created exponential growth instead of linear growth. Same time available as everyone else. Same 24 hours in a day. But different programming creating different speed. That's how you get rich fast. You change the programming. Then the programming changes the speed. Then the speed creates the wealth. Most people never change the programming, so they stay slow, stay broke, stay stuck for decades. You can change the programming in 30 days, then spend the next 12 to 18 months building wealth, instead of spending decades hoping it happens someday. The fastest I ever saw someone go from broke to wealthy was a man named Thomas. He worked in my factory, made $14 a week, barely surviving. I taught him the morning practice, taught him the wealth question, taught him the decision log. He started all 3 immediately. Within 90 days, he'd left the factory and started his own small manufacturing operation. Within 6 months, he was making more in a month than he used to make in a year. Within 18 months, he had 3 employees and was making more than I paid my managers. I asked him what changed. He said everything changed. The morning practice made him see opportunities he'd never noticed before. The wealth question made him stop accepting broke options and start demanding wealth options. The decision log made him conscious of every choice and proud of choosing like wealthy him. And once all 3 were running, wealth came fast. Not slowly, fast. Because the programming was right, the decisions were right, the speed was right. And when those 3 things are right, wealth happens fast. That's what I'm telling you. You don't need decades. You need the right programming, the right decisions, and the right speed. And you can install all 3 in 30 days with 7 minutes a day. Then the wealth builds fast, not someday, fast. Here's what nobody tells you about building wealth. It compounds. Not just the money, The programming. Every day you do the morning practice, the programming gets stronger. Every wealth decision you make, the identity gets stronger. Every night you log decisions, the pattern gets stronger. Week 1, you're fighting broke programming. It's hard. It feels fake. You doubt it works. Week 2, broke programming is weaker. Wealth programming is starting to install. It feels more natural. Week 3, wealth programming is dominant. Broke thoughts still come, but you dismiss them easily. Week 4, wealth programming is automatic. You don't have to force it anymore. It's just how you think now. That's compound programming. Each day builds on the day before. By day 30, you're not the same person who started. Your brain works differently, sees differently, decides differently, acts differently, and that different person creates different results. But here's the key. You can't skip days. Compound requires consistency. If you do the practice for 3 days, then skip 4 days, you lose the compound effect. You're starting over each time. If you do it every day for 30 days, you get compound. And compound is what creates permanent change. This is why some people try this and say it doesn't work. They did it for a week, skipped days, did it inconsistently, never got compound, so they never got results. Then they blame the practice instead of their inconsistency. Don't be that person. Commit to 30 days. No skips, no exceptions, no matter what. 5 minutes every morning, 2 minutes every night, 30 days straight. That's what creates compound. That's what installs permanent wealth programming. That's what changes everything. The compound effect of wealth programming is more powerful than compound interest. Compound interest grows your money. Compound programming grows your ability to create money. One grows what you have. The other grows what you can create. And what you can create is unlimited. I've been doing the morning practice for over 30 years now. The programming is so strong at this point that wealth thinking is automatic. I don't have to try anymore. I just naturally see opportunities, naturally make wealth decisions, naturally create multiplication systems, naturally move fast, all automatic, all natural, all because of compound programming from 7 minutes a day for 3 decades. But you don't need 3 decades to see results. You need 30 days to install the programming, then 12 to 18 months to build serious wealth. Then the rest of your life enjoying compound programming that makes wealth automatic. That's the path. Start with 30 days. Get the programming installed. Then watch how fast wealth builds when your brain is working for you instead of against you. There's only one thing that stops people from doing this. Fear that it won't work. Fear of being disappointed. Fear of trying something different and looking foolish. That fear is broke programming protecting itself. It knows if you do this practice, if you install wealth programming, the broke programming dies. So it creates fear to stop you from starting. It says things like, "This is too simple to work." Real wealth requires hard work, not imagination. Successful people don't sit around visualizing, they work. You don't have time for this. You need to be working, not imagining. All of those thoughts are broke programming trying to survive. And if you listen to those thoughts, broke programming wins. You stay broke, forever. But if you ignore those thoughts and start the practice anyway, wealth programming wins, and you start building wealth, fast. The choice is yours. Listen to broke programming and stay broke, or ignore it and install wealth programming. One keeps you where you are. The other takes you where you want to be. I'm telling you this works because I've done it. I've watched hundreds of people do it. I've seen broke people become wealthy in months using this exact practice. Not theory, proven results, repeated results, consistent results. The only people who don't get results are the people who don't do it, who try it for a few days then quit, who do it inconsistently, who let broke programming talk them out of continuing. Don't be that person. Be the person who commits to 30 days, who does it every single day, who sees it through no matter what. That person gets results. That person builds wealth. That person changes their life. Be that person. Tomorrow morning, before you do anything else, you're going to do the 5-minute practice. You're going to sit quietly. Close your eyes. Imagine money coming to you easily. See specific amounts, specific ways. Make it vivid. Make it real. Spend 5 full minutes on this. Then throughout the day, you're going to ask the wealth question before every decision. Would wealthy me do this? And you're going to choose like wealthy you. Tomorrow night before bed, you're going to write down 3 wealth decisions you made. 3 times you chose like wealthy you instead of broke you. That's tomorrow. Then you're going to do it again the next day, and the next day, and every day for 30 days. No skips, no excuses, no exceptions. By day 30, your programming will have changed. Your decisions will be different. Your results will be different. Money will be flowing differently. And you'll understand that getting rich fast isn't about working harder. It's about programming your brain correctly. Then letting that programming create wealth automatically through better decisions, faster action, and multiplication thinking. This is how you stop everything you're doing wrong and start doing the one thing that actually creates wealth. This is how you get rich fast. Not through hustle, through programming. 7 minutes a day, 30 days, everything changes. So start tomorrow. Don't wait. Don't think about it. Don't analyze it. Just start. 5 minutes imagining wealth. The wealth question all day. 2 minutes logging decisions at night. That's it. That's everything. Do that for 30 days and your life will be completely different. Your bank account will be different. Your opportunities will be different. Your future will be different. All from 7 minutes a day installing the programming that creates wealth. Start tomorrow. Begin now. Good luck.